Alright, it looks like I'm probably not going to have too much of an audience here.
I don't know. People are probably still transitioning. Give them a minute.
Yeah,
It's
I
always
think
the
people want to
joy
go. I
of this
think people
first.
want to go talk with Stuart a little bit more.
There's a tiny handful there, yeah. But I mean, like I said, I'd give it a second. These things take a second to transition, and that's not unusual. The joys of conferences.
Fortunately, this panel shouldn't take very long because its concept is easy. You're just building on pre-built bones. You just recordings are good for the next panels. Alrighty then. The recordings are good for the next panels. We're going to go ahead and get this show on the road then. Greetings, everybody. I hope you're having a great FallFest so far. Almost said Cyworld there. My name is Maho Takahashi. I am the de facto brand ambassador over at Anime Trek Avatars. I'm the person that comes through and gets our brand out here in front of these conferences and whatnot. So today we're going to do a little bit of a spin on making Anime Trek Avatars today. So let me see if I can go ahead and share my screen. Share your screen. Let's see here. All right, we'll see if this is working here. Looks like it's fine. Also, just as a quick heads up, I will not be reading the text chat until we are done inside the editing program. So if anybody wants to read any questions that are asked out loud, please do. So today we are going to be modifying existing avatars. Can everybody see okay? And I'm getting the silent treatment because nobody wants to be recorded here.
No, yeah, I can see things. It's okay.
All right, so we've got modifying existing avatars. Should I give it a couple extra minutes here? Wait for some other people to pop in here. They're interested. As the name of this panel suggests, we are going to be modifying pre-existing avatars. These are avatars that have been previously made, but you would like to change them from one uniform style to, say, another one, like the example we have shown. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So how is this practical? I hear some people saying. Well, believe it or not, modifying existing avatars has some practical applications. So if we come back to my title card here for 1 second, we're going to see the first example of this. And don't worry, you're going to get to see all my beautiful slides afterwards in detail. I'm going to share them all before we're done here. So if we come back to the title card here, on the left, you'll see the original version of my latest captain character. She was made on my attempt when I attempted to take over a 2390s era sim, where I used the all good things and endgame style uniform. Hello.
Okay, now I seem to be able to respond.
Here we go. So yeah, we use the all good things and endgame style uniform when I tried and failed to take over a 2390s era sim. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it, but I liked the character enough, so when I made a DS9 Dominion War era sim, I reused the character. Unfortunately, that meant I need to remake the avatar here into the Deep Space Nine, the late Deep Space Nine uniform. And another application, as we're going to see with this example here, is reusing is when a long-running RPG changes uniform styles. And this has actually happened to my long-running RPG, the USS Miyoki, 4 years and counting. This happened to me earlier this year here. So, as you can see, on the left, this was the standard uniform, like on the previous slide. That was the All Good Things style. That was the standard uniform from my Sims inception until this year. On the right is the new style of uniform. It's a slightly modified version of the Star Trek Online Odyssey style uniform. So, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing in scenario 2 here. We've got a couple of avatars here, and this uniform style that we're going to make into the uniform style on the right. So I've got two avatars lined up for us today, one of which was made at a previous conference, as a matter of fact. Got a boy and we've got a girl here. So, any preference? Trying to keep up with the voices, with the text as best I can here. All right. A silence because, again, nobody wants to be recorded here. I'll go ahead and start with the girl then, since this will be an easier one to do. So right now she's in the All Good Things style uniform, and we're going to change that here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start off making this go away. I'm going to make her little pips go away too. See, this is a little line. So let's see if we can recolor it. This will make sense here in a second. There we go. And we're going to make this one, since this was already conveniently in 2 pieces, we're going to make this part white. And then this part off black. Looks like I need to make some other things go away here. Then another off black like that. Go up to 3 here, see how that looks. There we go. So unfortunately, this would be the point where I'd add new rank pips. Unfortunately, for this uniform style, the rank pips, the angle is not a good angle. This is not a good angle for me to try and add the rank pips. So, pretty simple recoloring because we keep retaining the existing combat style. Again, it's a slight modification from the original Star Trek Online style. And don't worry, I will share these avatars when we're done. So yeah, this one looks otherwise pretty much done and good to roll here. So, always save this when you're done. We're going to remake this into Odyssey here. So now we're going to move on to the other model here. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated since this was done in a complete thing, but I'm going to try and make it work anyway. So, start with making these go away. Because I like this blue that was already used, we're going to remake this line into this color, and it's going to make sense here in a second as to why. Lock this off. Then we're going to change this to the off black color. Oh, I need to make his little pips go away too. There we go. Make this up a little bit that way. It's a little bit more natural looking. It's not just like a straight line. Now we're going to do this. Here. We're going to make a new shoulder region here. Got that going on. Find that layer that was previously locked. Not a Stacy style uniform. It utilizes kind of like a similar look going on to the Deep Space Nine uniform here. Go like this. Make this come down a little farther here. There we go. That looks better. Now the last thing to do is to grab our rank pips here. So in the context of the role play that this character is a part of, when he puts on this uniform next, because right now he's wearing a different uniform, he will be promoted to commander, so that's what the rank pips I'm going to give him. Ranks. I think there was a different thing. Here we go. Grab this. Our little rank pips, since we have to have a little bit of assets on hand, standby. Just highlight this one. So we're not going to resample it. Bring this upwards. There we go. I think that's going to be as good as it's going to get. So unfortunately, it's probably still going to look like a little bit of a lieutenant here. Going to kind of lob off most of this extra rank pip. There we go. Third rank pip. That should get the point across. Actually, let's do this. Just skew it a little bit. All right, now we can lob that off. Now we can lob off the excess here. Oh, and that saves most of his third rank pip. So there we go. That works. All right. And look at that. It seems I have forgotten a couple of steps. So we need to come back here and recolor some stuff. Fortunately, it should be pretty easy to do if I just do this quickly. And there we go. We have us 2 completed avatars, and that only took us probably about 15-20 minutes to do. Obviously, sometimes it's not going to be that easy, but sometimes it's not going to be that easy. Like if it's a more in-depth thing, it's going to be a little bit trickier. But anyhow, since we're now pretty much done with the main thing of the panel, which I didn't think would take much time, I'm going to go back on the subject of the whole commanding officer, because I actually did go back and reuse the basics of this original avatar here. You might have caught a sneak peek of her when I clicked on her. I reused her when basically the bones of this avatar was already in place. So all I was able to do is that I was able to focus on aging her a little bit. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it there, ladies and gents. So I think we've got plenty of time.
Yeah, you made that look kind of easy, actually.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Simple if you're modifying existing avatars, because basically most of the framework is already in place. Like you don't have to worry about rendering the shading or any of that, because all the shading is already pre-rendered. All you gotta do is, make sure you include that shading, as you saw with the second example. I made a bit of a mistake there. I had to drag that layer down a little bit, so that way the previously pre-rendered shading layers actually showed on it. So
yeah, I kind of prefer this kind of way of doing things than now, where everyone just asks a bot to churn it out for them.
Yeah,
It feels more normal when you actually get to pick the things yourself. Yeah.
Exactly, and you feel more creative. Like, you're not like asking an AI bot to turn something out for you. It'll work, but it's not as satisfying. It's not as rewarding.
Yeah.
Making it entirely yourself. So, or at least using most. Rendering it yourself. Like, obviously, it's photo manipulation and stuff at its core, but you're taking like a pre-existing image and I'm going to go ahead and quit my stream. Go ahead and stop streaming here. If there aren't any more questions, we're going to go ahead and call it a panel. I'm going to go ahead and fetch some links for you here. Because I did say I would provide the links. You're welcome. I'm glad some people got enjoyment out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and pop into the chat here. I'll probably also add these links to the lobby here. Post the link to our Facebook page and our Discord server. And we might actually have some here. Community. It might actually be here in the community resources thing if I can find it. But I think I'm just going to make a new link here. Never expires. Generate the new link. Copy it. So there are your links. I'm going to go ahead and pop them into the lobby as well. As well as the completed avatars, so for everyone attending the con to see.